Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we are tackling a deeply concerning issue that affects countless South Africans every single day, the ongoing crime crisis, especially in rural communities. John Steenhuisen, leader of the Democratic Alliance, has recently spoken out on this matter, highlighting the urgent need for decisive action as violent crimes continue to devastate rural areas. This is not just another headline. It's a reality that threatens the safety, livelihoods, and futures of many South Africans living far from urban centers. Crime in South Africa has been a persistent challenge for years, but what is often overlooked is how much harder it hits rural communities. These areas are especially vulnerable due to limited policing resources, slower emergency response times, and often, the physical remoteness from major centers of power. Steenhuisen pointed out that the South African Police Service, or SAPS, is severely overstretched and under-resourced, struggling to meet the demands of protecting an increasingly insecure rural population. Farm attacks, stock theft, home invasions, these violent crimes are no longer isolated incidents but form part of a growing scourge impacting everyday people. Rural residents often feel forgotten, abandoned by the state, and exposed to danger with little immediate help available. The fear of these crimes has real consequences. It disrupts food production, undermines community cohesion, and erodes trust in the government's ability to protect its citizens. One of the key solutions Steenhuisen proposes is a specialized policing strategy designed specifically for rural safety. This would involve dedicated rural safety units that focus exclusively on high-risk areas, working closely with local farm watch groups and community patrols. Such units would be better equipped to understand the unique challenges faced by rural communities and respond quickly and effectively. The idea is to create a more agile and localized police presence, tailored to the realities on the ground. However, addressing rural crime requires more than just better policing. Steenhuisen emphasizes the importance of tackling the socio-economic root causes of crime, especially poverty and unemployment. Many people resort to crime out of desperation, driven by the lack of job opportunities and social support. If we want to see a real, lasting reduction in crime rates, government policies must focus on rural development. Investing in infrastructure, education, and economic programs that create jobs will help reduce the desperation that fuels criminal activity. Beyond social and economic factors, there is also the glaring issue of a weak criminal justice system. Low conviction rates and slow court processes mean that criminals are often not held accountable. This breeds a culture of impunity where offenders feel they can act without fear of punishment. Steenhuisen calls on the government to prioritize speeding up prosecutions and ensuring that those who commit crimes are brought swiftly to justice. Restoring public trust in the justice system is crucial if crime is to be effectively combated. The frustration over crime management is palpable and widespread. Rural residents, in particular, feel abandoned and helpless. Despite numerous government promises to improve safety, violent crime rates remain stubbornly high. This has led to increased calls for devolving policing powers to provincial and local governments. Steenhuisen argues that decentralizing control over policing could make law enforcement more responsive and efficient. When local authorities have the power and resources to address specific issues in their communities, they can act faster and more appropriately. This rural crime crisis has broader implications for South Africa's national security and social stability. It affects food security, economic growth, and social cohesion. If left unchecked, it risks destabilizing entire regions and deepening inequalities. The government must urgently review its budget and resource allocations to ensure that SAPS has the means to protect rural areas effectively. This includes providing vehicles, equipment, training, and enough personnel to meet the demand. Community involvement is also key. Law enforcement needs to work hand in hand with rural communities, rebuilding trust and cooperation. Supporting local safety initiatives, empowering neighborhood patrols, and encouraging collaboration between police and residents can improve intelligence gathering and response times. Crime prevention is most effective when communities and police act as partners. Finally, addressing the rural crime problem must be part of a holistic approach that includes strengthening social services, improving education, and promoting economic opportunities in rural areas. This multi-pronged approach is essential if South Africa wants to break the cycle of crime and poverty that traps many rural citizens. John Steenhuisen's comments highlight the urgent need for a comprehensive strategy that combines better policing, judicial reform, community engagement, and socio-economic development. This is a national crisis that calls for immediate action and sustained commitment. Thank you for watching this detailed overview. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more political commentary, and share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you think rural crime should be tackled? We want to hear your voice. See you next time.